welcome back. Sibling Rivalry.
Baby.
Episode 8.
Episode 8?
Yes.
Yo. Hey, how many episodes is Sibling Rivalry gonna have, bro?
10 episodes is a season, babes.
And then that's it, eh? And
Yeah.
then thanks for joining us, guys, and then we disappear.
Yeah, if you guys don't give us like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watched hours, why do we continue to play with you? Injalo, baby.
Okay. Jonga siyekile ngokubuza ngetyani.
Okay, last one.
Okay. As long as now I'm gonna ask you one. When uzanibuza ba ityani itintini, nenzathi imama itintini.
And your mama. First and foremost.
What do you mean?
Imama ayina driver's license.
What?
And I'm not going to say what the second thing is because it's about India's classy mama. But Dinayo my driver's license, hence therefore with and your mama. End of story. Come on, guys.
Isn't it a cool thing? Like I see people posting with nayi mama. Ngelo xesha umuntu uzithe Range Rover or whatsoever.
And your mama. And that Range Rover.
Wow. Okay, I thought it was a nice.
I don't want to be
term.
called your mama. I don't want to be called that.
What do you want to be called?
Talita. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Talita's pretty cool, man. I like it.
Gang.
It's been working for a couple of years now.
Not a gang.
Genge. No.
Insizer.
Insizer.
But all those are terms of endearment, right?
I don't want to be called those things.
Ilocha.
Cherry.
Funny.
No, dog. I don't. Just call me by my name. It's cool.
Okay, we call you guys those names because you're Ntanda, as you do know that, right?
No, and then you laugh at us in the background. You
You
literally just laughed.
I was laughing at your facial expression. Okay, anyways, my bad. Back again. Damzupela, damzubiribi, damzwaigo. Ubuyile wamba nonolfefe.
Oh gosh, you're stressing me out. Now I even forgot the question for the thing.
Askisi.
Oh,
I
I don't remember.
Yakopa ngoku nazo notes.
We're funny.
Yeah. Old age. E-bird, son.
I don't remember. Maybe I'll ask you later, but right now I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine. Baba.
And you don't think I know. Since zininzi into endizicingayo, guys.
Okay.
Saze sayibukeliswa iporns bancane.
Yeah, uthanda ngento yakudala kanje.
And ikudala, yeah, but it keeps playing in my mind.
It's a tattoo in your brain.
It's a tattoo in my mind, but we won't go there. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for the love. As per usual, big shout outs to everybody who comes through, does the commenting, subscribes, does the follows us on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys haven't followed us on Instagram yet, we do post on Instagram little short snippets, 10-minute conversations that we have in the week that we don't post on YouTube. So if you miss us just a little bit, or miss a Jan a little bit, I Jan in fans, did jealous. Yes, I The Jan has so many fans, I don't even have one fan.
Yeah, that's the nature of a Jan, Fundin. You understand?
Jan in fans.
Nomtsalani. You understand? Funekubena la pull factor. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Siyabonga.
I'm selfish.
But now
you want it? I'm selfish. I'm
now
jealous.
We can't yet.
Touch my hair, man.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't think this is, man.
Okay, sorry, dog.
Okay, dog.
So today, so you're not gonna ask anything from the Jan. So today we're just gonna jump straight into it.
Let's jump straight into it until I remember what my question was for the Jan.
Yeah. Today's episode or today's topic is also quite a.
Before we get into it, sorry. I hope you guys are like actually engaging your siblings a little bit more, because I feel like that was part of the reason why we started was because we wanted to get to know each other a little bit more, but we also wanted to encourage Abantu to just like revive the relationships that they have with their siblings, and like make them like a little deeper than they are right now, because we take for granted like, oh no, he's my brother, I'll always be there, he's my sister, I'll always be there. But I feel like we found that we don't know each other as much as we thought we did.
Yes,
and this has literally gotten us to like know each other more.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that too, because it's gotten us to get to know each other more. And I think also it's made us to be able to focus on like the things that we have in common, the things that are similar, and the areas that we have that we can still work on. And I can personally attest to the fact that we have worked on a couple of things. I personally do feel like I understand you better. I personally do feel like in
episode 5 though, we could not be friends,
right? And 3 episodes later, look at us now. Mama, we made it.
No, I don't want to be a friend anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't want a pity friendship.
No, it's not a pity friendship. I actually think you're really, really awesome.
Okay, can we talk about this one thing? Oh, man, my brain just works like this. So, you know I'm not a morning person, right?
Yep.
And you are a morning person, right?
Too much. Bouncing off the walls.
Bouncing off the walls. How do we now mitigate? Where do we meet in the middle? Now that we're staying together. Because I feel like I'm suffering from your morning personness.
Really?
Yes.
But
what do you mean, really?
Then I don't know. Does it mean that you have to get up a bit earlier so that you can defrost? No. I'm kidding. But
I feel like you're not kidding.
No. I feel like this very morning we had an example of us trying to each other. Because remember this morning, I was being myself.
Yes.
Hey, Talita, how are you? Oh, what? And you were just like,
Also, I'm feeling sick.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But then this morning, I was also just like, oh, Kanene, you're not a morning person, Kanene, ne?
Yes.
What in wena? What? Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
And then I kind of toned it down. A little bit. I can't switch it all the way off, Galo.
Okay.
I kind of toned it down, but then also the way in which I received Inanseka Zako changed for me. It's not something that you would have noticed, but for me internally, the way in which I received the responses changed.
How?
I don't feel so bad because now in my head is ringing the fact that I got your morning person.
So what do you mean? You used to feel bad before?
We're funny, and I'm just like, yo, I'm do low 10 years, swag and moody, 10. Right?
Okay.
Now it's been explained in me being able to bounce it off you. Are you a morning person, Ganene?
Yes.
And you also are being agreeable to that because very often people don't agree to such things.
Yeah.
Yeah, bo. You being honest and feeling honest enough to say to me, and you a morning person, Mchan. And then I also was just like, oh, okay, are you a morning person, Ganene? Reminding myself, and then everything that I did from that point, I either didn't say certain things to you, or when I did say certain things to you, I was able to easily accept that reaction.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, siblings rivalry.
Yeah,
baby.
Look, I also feel bad though, like when I'm like not on your page, because I'm like, I wish I could like banter with you, but just the way I'm set up, like I'm not ready. Like I'm just like, and it just makes me feel like, oh man, stop being so moody. But I'm not moody. I'm just like, I'm defroster, as you say.
Yes, you're defroster.
Yeah, defroster, bruh. And you can see me defrosting like through the day. But okay, I know, right? Like I need at least an hour to just like do nothing. Like,
absolutely.
Not engage before I can get into it.
Because I mean, there was a relative of ours as well. Naiva at a family gathering. We used to stay together. So we have and I also used to started not engaging, but now I started feeling bad. We family function was got she's like, gaske and when you talk to me in the morning. And
I remember that.
And I understood.
Shout out, cuz.
I understood that, and I stopped nam the end as and I found that it was fine because now in that he now starts to also kind of appreciate Tuguti when I'm saying something now he tries to pull himself a little bit out of there. Now I try and pull myself a little bit back and it works out. We meet each other somewhere.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's
instead
cool.
of blaming each other.
Yeah, dude, like I don't know how it works when you like your partner is the opposite of you in the morning. I don't know how that works.
You have to learn. Unfortunately,
don't talk to me, bruh. Don't be happy. Be sad. No, I hear you. Absolutely. I understand. Yeah. So from now on, I'll just lock my bedroom door until I'm ready to come out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's also cool.
Yeah, tell us, guys, how you guys come in between, mitigate, whether it's with your partner or with your sibling or whoever you live with your roommate.
Yeah.
If you guys, like, one person's a morning person, one person is a nighttime person, how you guys, like, make sure that you guys don't step on each other's toes when good morning happens and you're like, I want to die. Okay, cool. Let us know in the comments, please. We always love hearing from you. And so respond, I'm also, we listen. We listening. Let's get into what we're here to do today.
Yeah, boy.
And today we're going to speak about employment.
Yes, as part of the 8 parts that make up our lives, right?
Absolutely.
That we've been covering in the past 2 episodes, and some even before. So today we're going to talk about employment. It's difficult, that one.
Yeah.
Whether it's formal, I guess it's whether it's formal employment, whether it's informal employment.
So listen, you have like formal employment in like the biggest form of how it comes, where it is 9 to 5.
8 to 5.
Yeah, quite 9 to 5.
45 hours per week.
How many hours is 8 to 5 in the day? 9. That's incredibly whack.
9, including obviously lunch hour.
I don't know why I'm shocked when it's 12 hours.
But yeah, that's not 365. Well, that's not every day of the
No,
week.
because mine is like a little bit informal.
Yes.
But I don't know how you guys do it, where it's every single day, Monday to Friday, 2 days off, Monday to Friday, 2 days off. I have no concept. I've never been formally employed in that way. Let me not call it formally employed. I've never been in, what do you guys call it? The structure that you guys in?
I don't know. Jail? Crash? Take it. No, sorry. I mean, no, that's not what you're looking for. Right?
No, you're calling it corporate.
Yes.
I've never been I've never been corporately informed. What's happening today? I don't know. My status close. Yo, flagging the diapers.
Subtitles.
As our subtitles. Hope you guys appreciate our subtitles. Also.
Yes, you've never been employed in a corporate. Ever?
In corporate, no.
Never. I quit.
No, never. No, not even a little bit.
Sure.
Not that I can remember. Maybe I wiped it out of my mind if it happened because it was such a horrible thing. But no, I haven't. But I don't know how you do it. I know it's difficult to do.
It's difficult to do.
And I don't know how to advise you on it because I think my only advice would be get out.
Yes, but also you remember you're not advising me on formal employment. Mm-mm. You are advising me on employment in general.
I don't know.
And I think my advice for you would be, when it comes to employment, I think a very large amount of the time we do that because we're trying to get paid, right? Mm. And in us trying to get paid, there's many ways of being employed. Mm-hmm. There's formal employment, corporate, as you said. There's contract employment, which I think you do most of the time. There's self-employment. There's all of those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. And I think my advice would be, you can do all of those things. Mm. And I think it would be very much linked to the thing that says find a thing that will make you money, find a thing that you do because you love it, and if you are lucky enough to find the thing that is 2-in-1, then do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'd definitely go as far as to say, if we are talking about employment in the sense of money, definitely make time and space to do what you love. And if that's what you want to do, also find ways to make it commercially viable. Because a lot of the time what we do as people is that we are into because we mind, but it takes me time. And the reality is that in corporate we are selling our time for money. So we should definitely try and do that across the board in everything.
But this is the thing though. You're like a single man with no children, right?
Yes.
And so you have the time to be at work for 9 hours in the day.
Yep.
And then also do other things while you self-employ yourself. Extracurricular activities. So now I'm imagining someone who's married with 2 kids. Let's just say 2 kids. And 2 kids is like it's still a lot. I was gonna say it's not a lot.
It's a little.
It's a lot.
2 kids a lot, yeah.
And now they are employed in a in the corporate sector, and they have to come home and like fetch the kids from school or from tennis or from wherever, go home, cook, do homeworks, actually just spend some time with the kids outside of like the formal things of homeworks and stuff. And then where do they find the time to do stuff that they love, or to like do other things that's not the job that you have to go to? I feel like that could be very difficult.
It is very difficult. It's not even that it could be very difficult. It is very difficult. But the reality of it is that the time can be found somewhere. It's just that we need to be so deliberate about trying to do that. We need to be so deliberate because everything else is structured. And our 8-hour days are structured. If we are going to do a side project somewhere, those are structured. But we tend to not want to do that with our lives. We let our lives happen to us, and we're not as strict. Not thinking that, hey, this long term is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we need to be deliberate about that. To say, okay, cool, this is span 8 hours. That 8 hours span is non-negotiable. So the other time that you have, maybe with your family, with your kids at home, your leisure time, that you also need, can and should be structured as well. To say, okay, cool, this niggas are like hour to learn a new hobby, or to start a new hobby, because everything else benefits from that.
Yeah.
Your kids will benefit from that. Your friends will benefit from that. You will benefit. First and foremost, you need to benefit. Let's not move away from the fact that we need to. Number one is
get something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Number one is always you.
Yeah.
And once you can put yourself in that position whereby we as was put her first, you find also even other people now, they start recognizing that. You understand? Even other people, they start recognizing that, and other people start being like, oh, I can look you talita. When's the yoga for 2 hours? Only because you have chosen to make it like that. Yeah, and it's just, yeah, so that's how I feel about it, in terms of the time can be made, the structure that is offered to us by other people, and other people force on us, we can do that ourselves as well. And about money when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
And it's completely necessary.
For sure.
And as long as we're employment, there's this money that we all like. And guys, we need to find ways of commercializing business. That for me is the biggest part of the whole employment thing, that recognize that time is money. Therefore, spend your time also trying to make that money.
For sure.
Trying to make that money and structure it properly.
Okay, well, it seems like you've got it figured out. This is the thing. Like, I feel like you've got it figured. You know what to do.
Yeah. And I think the session is more than knowing what to do. How do you approach it? It's just like what I would like to share with you.
Okay.
On that.
Okay.
In terms of how my thoughts are.
I see.
Yeah. So mna into endifunisherisha nawe is that thing of China, at the end of the day, whether it's formal or informal, we need to try our best. We need to try and structure, and that should work out.
So here's my thing, right? So the thing is, I think that the sun's hitting you so nicely, by the way. I think that I hope it's nice. Yeah. I think that I feel like I'm really spoiled in terms of like work and all of that stuff, because there are things that I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that for money, because it doesn't speak to me, in the artist in me. It doesn't speak to where I'm trying to go. And therefore, I'm like, I don't care how much you pay me. I'm not going to do it. Right?
Doesn't speak to you, or it derails, or it's opposite to.
Both.
So what I'm trying to get at is that ikona into ubuqonde, this doesn't speak to me, but ikona into ubuqonde mhlambi kuthiwa ngoku ambokwenza scene kabhuti omdala.
Ambokwenza porn, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You understand? That is opposed to you morally. Ikona into ithi yakwi ambokwenza ad ye cleaning product. That doesn't speak to you. But ke izaku.
Yes, for sure.
So I'm not talking about things that are morally opposing.
Okay.
I'm talking about things that she's just like, It's whatever.
Yeah, like let me make an example. Like, I was asked to do like a kiddies program.
Yeah.
And it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes.
And Funu Yenza a kiddies program.
Not because you've got anything morally against it.
Yes, I don't have anything
But
morally
it's just
against
like,
it. But I'm just like, dog, I can't imagine myself like being that person for months or years. I don't. And Funu Yenza, I'm not.
And do you feel like that might have disadvantaged you financially?
I can't say disadvantaged, because disadvantaged would then mean that money was gonna come in irregardless of the fact that I did that or not.
No, you didn't do it, so you didn't get paid to do it.
Yes.
So awuyenza lo 20,000 that you were gonna do. So it means you are 20,000 poorer. In effect.
Well, I'm in the same place. I'm in the same place. I'm not 20,000 poorer. I'm in the same place I was before I was asked to do that.
Absolutely, you're 20,000 poorer because you had the opportunity to make 20K and you turned it down.
So for me, I have to balance the 20K with how I would be feeling while making that 20K.
Oh, okay.
So this is why I say I feel spoiled about it.
Oh, spoiled?
Despoiled.
I feel spoiled. Because as a formal employment person, and Funukuya every day, and please don't translate this one. I don't wanna and Funukuya every day, but mchana, if awuyi, then awuzokwazi umbukela Netflix, awuzokwazi unqenqa kula couch, awuzokwazi ugalela ipetrol and go see your homies. And awuzokwazi uthumela imali kumamakho, awuzokwazi ubetcha, awuzokwazi uthini. And for me it's oh well, uye intoni yana ndiyifunayo mthana, ku type of kind regards okanye kuya on vacation. Yeah, ndifuna on vacation. Okay, cool, suck it up. It's not against my morals. He dead. Diami ndiyoyenza londo leyo.
Yeah, but
fumane ipeanuts zami at the end of the month.
For sure. And I hear you.
Monthly.
Or even after.
Yes. So I will look at you and just be like, I spoiled Elena Joe. Because at the end of the day, eyonando angazoyenza lo kuyisaka up for a month, kuyisaka up for 2 months. Tibetina you sucker up phela iminyaka gonqo.
I know.
And yenza igrudge londo leyo because you just like yeah. But yeah.
How are you like this and me like this?
Choice.
Ugh, I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, because it's like being spoiled is not a good thing. But also, on the other side of the coin, like I have to take care of my mental health. And I feel like Zopambana if I do shit I don't want to do.
Yeah. But then, can we not do any form of mental health training to say? Because I know, for example, that if I'm doing something, I'm just like, you know what? This is not my life, right? I'll make an example. It's not an employment thing, but maybe if kokumsebenzi or whatever the case may be, you go there, ulale phansi, utintin, and you're just like, you know what? This is not my life.
I can go back to my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But lendo isn't benefita in a certain way. So that's how I always trick my mind to say this thing isn't benefita in a certain way. And I figure out the way that it's going to benefit me, and then I put the pros and cons kanjalo to say okay, cool, lento le izanceda ngizakwazi ufumana imali ethile, or I'll be able to build certain relationships or certain relations. And then I'll just be like, okay, cool, let me do this because it's not my life.
So do you think I should then start doing it like that?
I think so. Because
iyandigulisa guys ukwenza into endingayifuniyo. Like day 2 I'm already like breaking out in hives. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh. Even though I've told myself about this, I'm gonna benefit this from this, but it hurts me. Like it hurts me. And like I feel like ibhlungu over kum. Like I and I'm sure ibhlungu and this is the thing, and I feel like, should I start uqhela into that hurts me?
I think because what happens when that happens is that when the perceived benefit or the benefit is bigger, then it starts to hurt less. Just like you go to the gym first day, nemiking, how on but this our feet, this our siskanson. Hey, umntu oje kumanda uphakamisa insimbi uyaxoka also. Yeah, if like a
We-
You understand?
you just get used to
December Kings Beach. You understand? There's a post on Instagram, and then
What happened to your English, bro?
is able to like block it out.
Yeah.
Piece by piece. It's just that obviously the first time it happens, first day, first non, first week, first month, then you learn the things, the coping mechanisms to work around that thing so that it doesn't affect you as bad as it does.
Okay, cool.
Initially.
I hear
because
you.
Get used to it.
I hear you. So therefore with
Hence good tense.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Speechless. Can you ever imagine?
Yeah, look, it's hard, man. And it's not easy for anyone. And I'm not saying it's harder for me than for anyone else. But I guess I use the word spoilt in the first place because that's what it was. And I guess I also don't have a lot of things that I want because I don't. There are things I say no to because I feel like the way I feel about them is more important than getting them.
So, yeah, which makes it quite difficult. So I always say, everything, if you can take that stuff, attach it to your goals, attach it to the stuff that you want, makes it much better because then the goal is bigger than.
I just feel like we've accepted the fact that we've come to this earth to suffer for these industries for now, and I don't like that.
No, but and you shouldn't like that, and you shouldn't accept that simply because that's not how it is 100% of the time. It's just that the negative seems bigger than the positive always.
Because the matrix is broken because it wasn't supposed to be like this.
Correct. But it is like that. And the reality is that we do get to do the things that we love. And just because we do the things we love, it doesn't mean automatically the world is going to give us back. Or we still have to work equally as hard, if not harder. However, ibakho a mixture of things that we don't love. But at least ubuqome le into and mind. And then you can do that. But the problem is also in the same breath that it's not always doom and gloom, we also can't always do the things that we love all the time.
For sure. So let me speak to what it speaks to for me as an artist, right?
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of drama. That's mostly what I've done, right? So I've done more drama than I've done anything else.
Yep.
But yes, I've done corporate theater.
Yep.
Yes, I've done a comedy.
Yep.
Yes, I've done whatever else.
Yep.
So I want to be taken seriously as a drama actress, as an actress who specializes, let's say, in drama, right?
Yes.
And so when you look at my filmography, and you go, okay, she's done drama, wenza no kidio, wenza nendondon. And I feel like sometimes as an employer they go,
you're a generalist.
Yeah, she does everything and anything that she can get her hands on. What is she actually good at?
And that goes then in, I don't know, again, in your field, whether that's bringing it out in your profile or making it seem bigger. That comes out in how you pitch yourself. Also, what you bring out.
This is the thing. So if for the past 2 years, that it's been COVID, I've only been doing Utakalani Sesame. If I don't put that on my CV, what have I been doing in the past 2 years, according to my CV and the person who's looking at it?
What you've been doing in the past 2 years, according to your CV, is Utakalani Sesame. But also, that's also like, it speaks volumes to say, okay, cool, Lomdu Lona, who has been doing this, right? You have the conversation to say, or this. But also, it also reflects even worse when you're like, nah, be clearly in the past 2 years, Lindi drama. Because then what happens when you drama? What happens to the rest of your life? Because everyone is not necessarily 100% of the time doing what they love. Now, Lomdulo, who's looking at your CV, there are parts of their job that they love, and there are parts of their job that they do because they have to do that.
Yes, but they're in a position to scrutinize because they're going to
absolutely
employ you.
Absolutely. So you can definitely, as a person, be like, yo, Mchana, at the end of the day, in as much as I've been doing this, and you keep looking for those roles also. because now you can focus on because the things that you are rejecting are the things that are coming to you. So when you still keep looking for the drama, but you don't leave easy. Must boot. You make a net. Especially in the case of
this is the thing. So there's this thing that we say in the business, in the biz, that you're only as good as your last show.
That's nonsense, bro.
But it's true, because a lot of the times people won't go back to 5 years ago or all the other things. People will go, did you see her in that Kasi story, bruh? And like, that's the end of the discussion. No one's going, yeah, but when's that? She was on Ikazi. A lot of the time, it's like your last thing is the thing that speaks to what your next thing might be.
But also, how many people have gone at the Kasi story and move up? Why don't you look at those stories?
But this speaks to exactly that. Is that Wakala Kasi story? No one's gonna remember that. People are gonna maybe go 2 years from where you are now, and no one will know that you started at Ikasi story, and it'll be fine. Because 100%. You're as good as your last thing.
100%. So if people are not remembering this, what are you going to do? You're not going to work. That's my thing. Like, it's like a person who's formally employed, they lose their job and they're like, I'm trying to do restaurant in Bay Wait. I definitely do that. My mindset is of that sense. Abazan waiters and easy and able to do the things that I want to. Correct.
Okay.
And those that are meant to find me
will find me wherever I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And for me, that would speak to versatility. You know what? At the end of the day, Lomdulo does their best, whatever that they want to do, and I'm still achieving my own personal things on the side. That's my view on it.
Okay.
It's just that we need to always make sure we maintain a focus on what we want to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But not completely ignore everything.
Look, there's definitely something for me to think about here. I don't know. It's a hard one.
It is. Not definitely.
Because knowing how the inner workings of where my space is, and knowing and having had conversations and heard conversations about how people get employed, and how things affect, how something you've done before affects you now, and all of that. It's just like such a difficult, like the scale is very like shaky.
The scale is very shaky. and I also believe, there's a normal way of things that they say this is how it works normally here. And then there's always those things that happen outside of that. Always those things that it's not a definite nakona. Okay, cool. Then you must sit and wait. And then eventually. Because sometimes eventually it doesn't. And then what happens?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Then people are collecting money to bury you when you die. Which is very, very sad.
It is extremely.
And on that note,
you are Mandalita man. I thought you were all quiet. Man, my bella lady. Okay,
the truth of the matter is, I'm done, man.
Okay. But in everything, it comes from a place of
love.
Oh, yes. And only simply because as siblings, we need to thrive, bro. And we can help each other do that, most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's good, Lila. Next episode, we're just going to press record and cry. Kind of 30 minutes. 30 minutes just because we must release. Because, you guys want a lot from us. No, we also decided to do this ourselves. We came
Absolutely. Here. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We will see you in 2 weeks.
What episode is this? 8?
This is episode 8.
Okay, cool. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Please keep engaging with us. Let us know what you guys think always. As you can see, the Kukumeskile. What is Kukumeskile? I've been touched
by an angel.
Touched by what we were speaking about today. But thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Always love each other.
Bye now.
So corny.